Dicey's concept of rule of law had its advantages as well as disadvantages. Although complete absence of discretionary power or absence of inequality are not possible in this administrative age, yet the concept of rule of law has been used to spell out many propositions and directions to restrain an undue increase in the administrative powers to create control over it. The rule of law has given to the countries following the common law system a philosophy to curb the government power and to keep it within bounds. It has provided a sort of touchstone or standard to judge and test law prevailing in the country at a given time. Traditionally, rule of law denotes absence of arbitrary powers, and therefore one can denounce the increase of arbitrary powers and administration and advocate controlling through a procedure and other means. Similarly, rule of law is also associated with the supremacy of the courts. Therefore, the courts should have the power to control administrative actions, and any overt diminution of that power too is criticized. Judicial control of administrative action is pivot of administrative law in England even today. The principle implicit in the rule of law and executive must act under it is still a cardinal principle of common law system. The executive is regarded as not having any inherent power of its own, but all its power flow and emanate from the law, a principle which plays a very vital role in all democratic countries of today. It also serves as basis of judicial review of administrative actions. Now we will move to disadvantages of Dicey's concept of rule of law. There has been a negative concept of rule of law as well. A great defect in Dicey's analysis is his insistence on the absence of wide discretionary powers. In other words, Dicey completely ignored the concept of discretionary power. Grant of discretionary powers to the executive as well as to the judiciary is inevitable, as no law, rule or regulation made thereunder make our entire aspect of human activity. The needs of the modern government make wide discretionary powers inescapable. Perhaps the greatest defect of the concept has been misplaced trust in the efficiency of judicial control as a panacea for all evils and somewhat irrational attitude generated towards French system. Dicey was factually wrong in his analysis, as he ignored the privileges and the immunities enjoyed by the crown under the constitutional maxim "king can do no wrong," and also ignored many statutes which conferred discretionary powers on the executive which could not be called into question in ordinary courts. Dicey misunderstood and miscomprehended the real nature of French droit administratif. He thought that this system was designed to protect officials from liability from their acts, and as such was inferior to the British system of ordinary courts deciding disputes between the citizens and the state. He also ignored the growth of administrative tribunals which had come into existence. However, it may be mentioned here that even the discretionary powers cannot be exercised arbitrarily or capriciously.